All right, what's going on, fam? Welcome. Let me get my light and everything together. All right. I welcome to another episode of the Tariq Elite Radio Show. We are live, broadcasting live from Los Angeles. It is Sunday night. Let me give me a little swiggy swig so I can spit some of this ism and some of the game, some of the hot fire with the family. Let me see who's all up off in the chat room. We're heavy in the house tonight. We're here. A lot of good stuff we want to talk about. Shout out to all my LA people. I missed the Taste of Soul event yesterday. Man, I forgot that it was happening yesterday. And I saw so many people that I knew. I was looking at their timelines on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And I'm like, I wanted to kick myself. I wanted to go down there. I totally forgot that it was happening. I forgot it was happening. I would have went, man. Looked like it was cracking out there, too. So I really hate I missed that, man. Where's my chat room? Let me see who's up in here. We got a lot of folks up in the house. We got a lot of folks up in here. All right, where's my chat room? All right, let me get a call while I'm looking for my chat room real quick. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Big Twig out of Pomona, man.
Hey, man, what's going on out there in Pomona, man? I was out in Pomona a couple of weeks ago. They had breezies on the track at like 11 o'clock in the morning. Y'all stomping down on the hizzles out there.
Oh, man, yeah, you know how they do out here, man.
Yeah.
But no, I was just calling how you feel about, I know somebody probably already asked this question, but how you feel about the Pope going around America, giving his influence on America and stuff like that, and the John Boehner thing, you know?
Well, it's like whatever. I don't know too much about what he's talking about with John Boehner, but, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, I need to know more details about that, so that's kind of random. So I'll look into that, brother. Thank you for the call. Yeah, I don't know too much about that. That's, you know, the Pope going around. I'm like, you know, what is the Pope going to stop white supremacy? I don't give a fuck about all that bullshit and having all these meetings and all that. I mean, what are people going to do about all these black folks getting legally lynched out here? That's my thing. These black people are getting slaughtered out here legally, state-sanctioned lynchings out here, and I'm trying to find out what's going on. Okay, hold on. I see some spamming. Oh, okay, I see some spamming. Okay, I'm going to ban a couple of folks here. Okay. Let me ban a couple of folks off rip, because we're not going to be on the dumb shit tonight. Not this early. Where's Ola? I need Ola to come in here and mod this shit. Yeah, I need Ola to come mod this so I can talk about some real game here. By the way, y'all get these RBG shirts at TariqElite.com. TariqElite.com, or you can get them at melanoidnation.org. Shout out to everybody who's a part of Melanoid Nation. Shout out to all the Melanoid Nation family. We always got the hot articles, and we're going to talk about some stuff that we got on Melanoid Nation tonight. This is why tonight we're going to go in depth about some of the Cosby accusers. We're going to go in depth about that. Yeah, Vocab, whatever his name is, yeah, I'm banning him too. I got him out of here too. Him and that Tommy's hairline bullshit. I got him out of here. All right. Yeah, I got him out. So, like I said, we're going to talk in depth about those accusers. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that story about the Nigerian brothers who made the thing. That's cool. Oh, yeah, the school I donated to is in your hometown. Well, you thank Melanoid Nation for that. Thank you for all the people who contribute to melanoidnation.org. We contribute. I met a sister down at the Million Man March. Beautiful sister. And she was a part of a school down in South Florida. And she was telling me about the school. And she emailed me, and I looked the school up. And, you know, the students look amazing. The kids are doing good work down there. They're, you know, and you know, on behalf of melanoidnation.org, we sent a check down there to them this weekend And that's what we do at melanoidnation.org. We actually do what the hell we say we're going to do with the funding we get. And all of our funding is grassroots. We haven't gotten to, we don't get grants and all that. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to do it, but ever since Melanoid Nation has taken off as a nonprofit entity, we've just been, doing it. Because a lot of people, they'll get a nonprofit organization, and basically you're taking time trying to get grants, and you're writing grants and all that, and that takes up most of your time trying to get those grants from the government. And there's nothing wrong with that because we pay taxes, so we should be allocated certain funds for our nonprofit organizations. But a lot of people spend so much time doing that, nothing ever actually gets done. But since we get, so many people are riding with the Melanoid Nation, man, we've donated thousands of dollars to different schools and businesses and organizations around the country. Thousands. And we haven't gotten one grant. All of our funding is grassroots from the people. That's all of our funding. And again, I'm not saying that we're not going to get grants and all that stuff. We just haven't. I keep forgetting. I'm like, okay, there are grants that we can get, right and all that stuff. But I'm so busy doing stuff. And that's when you are a doer, when you want to get stuff done, you can get stuff done. And I got a great team over at melanoidnation.org. So y'all, hey, if you want to make a difference and you want to see some shit happen, man, definitely get down with melanoidnation.org. And we bring the heat. Melanoidnation.org, man, that is the most thorough media, truthful media that's out right now. Shout out to the writers from Melanoid. My man Bryce, he's the senior editor. Man, we bring the heat. We give you the stuff that the mainstream media will not give you. That's why we're going to go in depth about these Cosby accusers. We're going to go in depth about these Cosby accusers. There's some stuff I want to discuss as far as that. Let me see who we got on the phone here. What's up? Who's calling? Hey.
Hello? Hey, this is A-Rod from West LA, man. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, eh?
All right, man. I know I might be a little off topic of tonight's show, but I just want to bring your ear and get your thoughts on something I'm going through at work, man.
Go ahead.
I'm having a little battle with a wannabe black bad wench and another chick who's just like pure slave.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, she's pure slave. I work at Section 8 out in L.A. Mm-hmm. And, the one chick, she got on through welfare to work program. So she was a, client who just made it through the door and just been working. Other chick, the one who black bed wench, she just wants some other shit. She just out there for a check, ain't trying to help nobody. And, when I hear them talking, it just made me feel bad because I know the others they looking at, the other races, the Armenians, the Mexicans, all of them just, shaking their head at us. Right. And then so, now I'm kind of just going at it with them. They didn't turn on me because, I didn't kind of told them. They was just getting loud like, just kill that shit. I had enough of it.
Right.
So now I'm in their crosshairs.
Yeah, look, this is the thing, man. And this is especially with brothers. When you're at these jobs, always understand those bed wenches and mammies and coonettes at your job, they have been assigned by the white bosses, by the white supremacists at those jobs. They assign those people to keep tabs and keep every Negro, all the other black people in check on that job. You understand? The white supremacists, they're good at creating buffer Negroes, the little buffer class Negroes to do their little dirty work and all their bedwenching and cooning for them. So my thing is, dude, go to work. Don't engage in any kind of extracurricular activity with those people. Let them coon, let them bedwench. Focus on your job because they are going to, whatever you say that's radical, they're going to go snitch on you. They'll be the first.
Right. And it's only, to be honest, it's only 4 brothers in the building.
Yeah.
And so, we already, I'm already battling as is.
Exactly. Nigga, they got a file on you in human resources right now. Whenever you come to work and you ain't smiling, they write some shit down. They got notes on you, brother. It's for y'all. They keep tabs.
Trust me, I know, because I be telling laughing to the other dudes. I'm the new spook who sat by the door. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm the spook who sat by the door 2016.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so don't trip, man. Just go there, do your work. Just laugh all that extra gossipy other bullshit off. Don't even engage in it. Focus on your job. That's it. And then focus on getting your money until you can get the hell on out of there and get your own business. I always say that to black people working at these jobs or these plantations. Focus on getting your money stacked up so you can eventually bounce. You dig?
Yeah, I dig, man. That's the top notch game. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. Yo, yeah, dude. Don't get caught up in that office politics shit and trying to save niggas at the office. No, those will be the main ones turning you in. When you start saying, hey, man, I don't feel like we getting paid enough, man. We should get a union going on. They'll go tell on your ass so fast. Those bedwenches and coons are the main ones who are the buffer between you and the white bosses. They will tell and snitch, and they have told and snitched. Let's just be clear. Everything y'all talk about, they go right back to them telling. Everything y'all talk about at them damn jobs with these black folks, like, hey, man, y'all need to chill out, man. Y'all need to stop acting funny style around these. They run right back to white daddy and tell on you. You dig? So black folks, we got to get a code, and that's the problem. Nobody wants to get a code within black society. Nobody wants to get a code. And then we see what's going on with everything. I posted up a picture on Twitter and Instagram of Donald Trump meeting with a bunch of black pastors. They had a private meeting. Who in the fuck are you talking about? Okay, mulatto thoughts. Dude, you keep mentioning somebody's name. I don't know who you're talking about. By the way, I'm going to be in Ohio. Remember, I'm doing a lecture in Toledo, Ohio. That's going to be on November 14th. I want to see everybody's face in the place. All you people in the Midwest, y'all need to come on through. Get tickets at TariqLive.com. TariqLive.com. All right? Shout out to everybody in the Bay, up in Oakland. Oh, yeah. I've seen her. She's down with Boyce. Shout out to brother Boyce Watkins. That's my brother, man. I love Boyce Watkins. But y'all have to understand, we were talking about this before. The white supremacist, they use every tool given to them as a way to maintain white supremacy. That's the thing that gives the white supremacists a leg up over everybody. Because what they do, they utilize everything they get. They utilize their job, their economy, the court system. You name everything that a white supremacist has a hold of, they will use that, no matter how minute it is, to maintain white supremacy. They'll utilize certain knowledge. Everything they'll get their hands on, they use it to maintain white supremacy. See, we're the opposite. We get shit and we just kind of play around and joke around and bullshit around, and we're the play around folks. We got to get off that. Even with apps, phone apps, the white supremacists are now using phone apps to maintain and refine white supremacy. They got so many apps out now, and I want y'all to feel me. Today's going to be deep. They got so many phone apps now that they're using to racially profile black people. See, when we get little social networking apps, what we do with it? We use it to turn up, take pictures of dicks and pussies and send them to each other. Take pictures of us at the club. You know, we fucking around with apps. The white supremacists are using that to circle their wagons and strengthen white supremacy. We use it to trick off. We use apps and all that to bullshit around. They are using these apps as snitching mechanisms. There was a brother who got his ass whooped up in D.C. A couple of days ago because somebody, I think they used one of them apps to call the cops on him because they said he looked suspicious. So the cops just came and whooped his ass. We're in Jim Crow 2.0. Jim Crow 2.0 is not coming. Jim Crow 2.0 is here. Look up, I want y'all to look up Sketch Factor. Look up Sketch Factor. We're doing homework tonight. Today is a lesson. We're doing a lesson today. There was an app. I think it's down now because of the controversy, but I want y'all to look up the name Sketch Factor. That's the name of the app, and then tell me the name of the person who created it. Somebody do that right now and then come back in the chat room. Sketch Factor is the name of the app. Look at the person who founded that, who created that app, and then put her name in the room. This is the lesson time right now. Y'all do that. But over in Oakland, they use one of these apps. They got an app that's very popular called Nextdoor. And as we know, Oakland is being gentrified, just like Brooklyn and New York. Harlem is gentrified. And I said in New York, when they start gentrifying people, and I said this on my Code of Conduct tour, I said this in July, and I hate to keep saying, well, I said this time, and I said, but I got to say it. I said Allison McGuire. I'm going to tell y'all who she is in a minute. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to let y'all know who she is in a minute. This is another I told you so moment. Allison McGuire. Write that name down. Let me write down so I don't forget. Because I forget a lot of stuff. But I told you on my Code of Conduct tour, I said, look, y'all got all these hippies running around Brooklyn and Harlem and all that. They're hippies and they'll smoke and drink and party with you. But wait until these hippies start having kids. These hippies, they're totally different when they have kids. When they have kids, y'all asses are going to be the fuck up out of there because they ain't sending their kids to them black schools. And sure enough, recently, over in Brooklyn, they're trying to rezone the area. They're trying to rezone the area. Got it? Because they ain't trying, they're trying to take all the funding and the taxes and all that and create a whole different district and deplete the funding for some of those black schools. They're doing that right now in New York. Now let's go to Oakland, up in the Bay, because this is all over. In Oakland, it's being gentrified. All those techies are coming in there. The minute they come in there, they're using these apps to snitch on all the black folks they can find. They're getting your asses up out of the Bay, out of Oakland. They're trying to get brothers and sisters up out of these neighborhoods in the town. They're so devious. These white supremacists actually called the police and snitched on a church for singing too loud. There's a church in Oakland that's been there for I don't know how long. The church has now been fined. The church is starting to get fines for noise ordinances, for noise nuisances, for singing too loud. If you think I'm bullshitting, look that up. If you think I'm bullshitting, where are my people from the town? Where are my people from the town? They know I'm telling the truth. Those areas that's being gentrified, and these white supremacists are going in these black areas, they're like, hey, these churches, these Negroes are singing too loud. So now these churches are getting fined for noise ordinances, for being a nuisance. So what they're going to do, they're going to start taxing and fining these churches, and then they're going to bankrupt them, basically. So they're trying to get you to move out. When they start economically harassing you, that's what they're trying to do. They were trying to do that to my brother's restaurant up in Chicago. There's a brother up there. I can't think of the brother's name because he's been hitting me up. He has a very upscale restaurant in a white area, and they keep giving this dude noise ordinances certificates. They keep fining him for different stuff. Fining him for parking, fining him for all types of there was a roach outside, they fined him for that. So they keep attacking the dude financially to get him to move. They didn't spray painted nigga on his damn front of his business. So we're in Jim Crow 2.0. Boyce probably did because Dr. Boyce is in Chicago. But yeah, when you see these white supremacists, they're so devious. See, y'all thought the church was a safe place to go hide out. Nah, because that's what a lot of black people do. You hide out from white supremacy in the church. That ain't happening no more. That ain't happening no more. You dig? They're attacking the churches now. But check this out. That lady, Alison McGuire, who created that app, Sketch Factor, that racist app that I think they had to take it down now because so many people were complaining it was racist. And they did the, we didn't know. We didn't know. We didn't know that it was going to have a racial effect. We didn't know. Now, the one of the people who created that app is Alison McGuire. Now, why do I keep mentioning her name? Why do I keep mentioning Alison McGuire's name? Because I want y'all to look something up about her. Alison McGuire, a few years ago, she was one of those people that was promoting that street harassment shit. Alison McGuire, she was promoting that whole street harassment thing. If you go look at her Twitter, see, we do the research at melanoidnation.org. See, we're researchers over here. We get the work done. She was one of those, she's a white feminist who was one of the main people promoting that street harassment shit that I was warning people about for years. I told y'all these people were going to start coming up with ways to get black folks targeted by law enforcement even more. I kept telling people that. So she's hooked up. Go to her Twitter and look back to like 2012 or 2013, all that stuff. She was with an organization that was partnered with that Holla Back. See, a lot of these names throw people off. They don't know how to follow these names. I'm a researcher. I follow those names. I follow those names, baby. So she was down with that Holla Back organization. Her organization that she's down with, they give funding to different little groups and stuff. So she was down with that whole Holla Back street harassment thing. I told people since 2013 that they were going to start coming up with ways to target black folks. And sure enough, they did. Now they want to act like they didn't know it was racial. If I knew, they knew. I am not a damn psychic. If I've been saying it since 2013, then it's 2015 and they're doing some racial shit, it ain't like I'm a psychic. I just saw what they were doing. They were planning that all along. They were getting money and funding to do that all along. They've been planning on coming up with ways to gentrify these neighborhoods by targeting black folks. See, they know this is why we're getting targeted the way we're getting targeted. Because now the problem is they're trying to gentrify these neighborhoods by beating the shit out of us and killing us. But the flip side is they keep getting lawsuits. So even though they're getting away with killing a lot of us, the flip side is a lot of these cities are losing money. They are losing money, but if they can get some of these street harassment laws locked down, and they're trying to find out how to do it without fucking with the Constitution, they'll get it done. But we got to stop playing and stop bullshitting. We got to stop playing and stop bullshitting. And y'all remember, all those people, it was a whole bunch of people that was down with Ebony magazine, all those writers, a lot of those contributors to Ebony, they were assisting those suspected white supremacist females with coming up with these apps and coming up with the justification to target black folks. Always remember that. Always remember that. This is why Ebony right now is in the hot seat again. This is why Ebony and Shea Butter Twitter is in the hot seat again. Now people have shitted on Ebony because Ebony magazine this month, well, in the month of November, they coming out with a cover story about Bill Cosby. Now, let me see if I can find the cover. Let me see if I can find the cover right now and put it up here. Hold on. Let me see if I can put that up here right now. Hold on 1 second. Okay, now my shit is active. Fine. Let me get a call while I do this. All right, what's going on? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, this is Don calling from Little Rock. I called you about a month ago. But what's going on with you?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind, fam?
Well, quick question. It's a little off topic, but I understand where you're going because if you hang up on me, I get it. But no, the question I had to ask you, it was about a few weeks ago. You had on your radio show, you had a group by the name of Tuxedo.
Oh yeah,
playing in the background.
Oh yeah.
Now my question was about soul music, and I read an article about a couple of years ago that was talking about the whitewashing of black music.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know your take on it. Do you think that a lot of the white artists are kind of just throwing black people under the bus, or are certain levels of black people did we lose our consciousness to try to make pop music initially instead of just soul music and hoping it crossover? Or I mean, what is your take on it? And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to ask that.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll touch on that now. Thank you, brother. My man made a good point. He's like, well, there's a lot of white artists doing soul music. Like I said, Tuxedo's a white group, and they got the best R&B album that I've heard in about 10 years. Tuxedo's album, hell, probably longer than that. But that Tuxedo album, that shit is the tightest fucking R&B album I've heard in about 10 years, probably 15 years. That album is a beast, man. Because they made a funk album. They made a funk album all the way through. And I get it. Look, I get it. We're in a system of white supremacy. So I got to look at it from that perspective. I always have to put it in the perspective of white supremacy. Because, see, a white group, they can make an album that might not chart as big, but they can tour. And they have the wherewithal and the leeway and the studio time and the access to studio equipment and things of that nature to make an album that's more heartfelt. Whereas a black artist, we got limited funding, limited resources, limited studio time. So a black artist pretty much has to do something that's going to hit right away. You dig? Because we don't have Bilal. I like Bilal. Bilal's album ain't got shit on Tuxedos though. Bilal's album ain't got shit on Tuxedo's album. But a lot of black artists, they want to come out and hit right away because, again, you got to depend on mainstream radio for the most part because there is no black radio no more. You used to can make an R&B song and you could take it down to the black radio station. If it rocked, it rocked. But now you got, basically most of the so-called black radio stations are owned by white corporations like iHeartMedia, things of that nature. So, I'm gonna support what's good now. So you say he said you'd rather support Tyrese, but no, if somebody has some hot ass shit, I'm fucking with the hot shit. No, I'm not. If you make something hot and you got the black artists over here making some poppy pop shit, because there's a lot. Let me just keep it real. Not just R&B, because if you look at like funk and soul, that's coming from the white artists now. Like Justin Timberlake, and I'm not a big fan of Justin Timberlake, but he got like black producers. His album is funky as hell. Robin Thicke had a funky ass song. The black artists are singing like little poppy pop shit. And even the rap artists. Let's look at the rap artists. And my man David Banner said this. I heard a couple of white dudes, rappers, flowing. If you listen to a lot of the white rappers got lyrics now. White rappers, it's not that corny, Vanilla Ice. It's not that, no. A lot of the white rappers out here are representing lyrically. And David Banner said, hey, look, we got a lot of white dudes out here with the lyrics and black rappers out here mumbling. Let's just be very clear. You got some white dudes out here who's spitting. And black rappers, what's black rappers talking about? If we're going to be honest, yeah, that Droog, your old Droog, he can flow. People thought he was Nas. But black rappers are out here mumbling now. That's the average song that we hear on the radio today. That's what we hear coming from brothers on the radio, man, if we want to be truthful. That's what we hear. Niggas mumbling, talking gibberish. You don't see a lot of black rappers really spitting that hot fire. When they had that cypher on BET, the ones who were spitting the hardest, who do y'all think spit the hardest on the whole cypher? Nigga, Redman, because Redman's been in the game for a minute. The older ones usually are the ones who spit hard. Kendrick Lamar is good. I love Kendrick. But that nigga Redman spit a freestyle on that damn cypher that was a beast. Or they'll get some battle rappers. See, that's the thing. When you see those ciphers, they'll get dudes who haven't sold a lot of records, but they get like battle rappers. You dig? Yeah. Now, Redman, he spazzed out with what he was spitting. Redman killed that shit. He was the best in the whole cypher. That I think Redman killed that shit. No, Redman is, Kendrick Lamar is the exception. Kendrick don't rap like that. That's why he's well respected. He's a well respected dude. He's in the same league as the Snoops and possibly in the same realm as like the J. Cole's and the Nas, people like that. He's in that respect level. He's on that respect. He got a respect level in the game. How many of the got that respect like that? How many of the rappers got respect like Kendrick, though? Kendrick's an anomaly, though. Just like J. Cole. I mean, there are exceptions. You know, you have exceptions, but for every Kendrick and for every J. Cole on the radio, you get a for every Kendrick and J. Cole, though. So it's far in between. My God. But like I was saying, I wanted to show, we're talking about Ebony. Let's go back to that. I'm going to go back to my initial point. We're talking about Ebony. Ebony magazine. I want y'all to feel me. The Ebony magazine came out with this cover right here. They came out with that cover right there. Got it? And a lot of people were outraged, and rightfully so. Because they're talking about the covers like family issues. And what they're doing, they're tying the Cliff Huxtable character and the Cliff Huxtable Cosby family into this rape scandal. And a lot of people are upset by this cover, and they should, because it was a dirtbag move to tie in all those other people who are actors to this rape case. That was a despicable move from Ebony magazine. But Ebony magazine, the people that's been involved with Ebony, they ain't got no morals. They've been showed you that they have no integrity. I've been telling y'all about these Ebony people for the longest, for really the last few years. Look, the people before these new folks that came in, these Coonettes and all that, these people are totally different from the original people. You say Mark Lamont Hill is hustling. Hey, I'm a little side-eyeing Mark Lamont Hill, by the way, too. I kind of rock with him for a minute. I'm kind of side-eyeing him right now. So the verdict is kind of, the verdict is out right now on Mark Lamont Hill. Because somebody asked me a while back, what did I think about Mark Lamont Hill? Because some people felt a little funny style about him. And I'm like, he's cool from what I know, but just kind of peeping dude out a little bit. My man, I'm side-eyeing a dude a little bit. He did some shit that was questionable ever since they had a picture of me on his show, and he act like he didn't know what the fucking what happened. He did that I didn't know shit. They had a picture of me, and they had a couple of those Coonettes talking about Hotep Twitter and respectability politics, some shit they were talking about. And they had on his show there was a picture of me in the background. And he was like, oh, it was the producers. I didn't know, that type of shit. So, you know, people been saying little slick shit about dude. I don't know. But yeah, he was backtracking a little bit. So I don't know what's up with dude. I'm kind of looking at him with the side eye. You dig? But I digress as far as that. But when we look at Ebony, and again, Ebony has a bunch of contributors who are pretend black feminists, and most of them start coming in at around 2011, right when they sold, or Ebony was bought out by the white corporation J.P. Morgan Chase. Ebony magazine is not black owned no more. They try to front like they're still black owned. They are not black owned. They got a deal that they didn't seal the details about. They're very secretive about the details of the deal, probably because they were embarrassed by it. I think they put out a press release saying that the family of Ebony still owns a majority stake, but that can be what, 49% or 51%, or it could be they own stock, a majority of stock, or whatever. But we know J.P. Morgan Chase is really running the show. Let's just be clear. J.P. Morgan Chase is not partnered with no damn Ebony, all right? J.P. Morgan Chase ain't partnered with Ebony. They don't partner with little Negro publishers like that. They are not your partner. They do acquisitions. They acquire businesses and take them shits over. So let's stop with that we co-own bullshit. They own that shit. They run that shit. That's why the whole vibe of that magazine has changed. You said, why would JP Morgan buy Ebony? Do because now you can control more black media, just like BET. Why would they buy BET? To get the black consumer, to get the dollars from the black consumer, and now they can tell you what to say, what to think. Now they can use propaganda. So what they do with Ebony, especially those writers, they've become the minions for white supremacy. Do you know many of those contributors, and I'm calling them contributors because a lot of them contribute stories to ebony.com and all that stuff, but many of those contributors from Ebony, some of those have been the main people talking down on the Hidden Colors series. Some of these are the main people. They've written negative articles and tweets about me, dozens of those contributors from Ebony for years. That's why I've been telling people about how janky they are. But the most disturbing thing about them is how so many of the contributors from Ebony, those writers, will partner up with those white supremacist females who are trying to criminalize more black people. These people who are at Ebony now can give less than a shit about what happens in black society, and that's by design. When the white supremacists take over, all of a sudden you see a rise of cooning and bedwenching. The cooning and bedwenching comes out of nowhere. You dig? So what happens is that Ebony now has become the shaming committee, the Negro shaming committee for white supremacy, or the mouthpiece, minions of white supremacy, the little watchdogs for white supremacy. So now this cover comes out where they're talking about Cosby and throwing him under the bus, and not only him, but just the whole cast of that show. That's such a dirtbag move to put the cast of that show on a cover and tie them into that rape case, those rape cases, which I'm going to break them down in a minute. I'm going to break them shits down in a way that ain't never been broke down before, so y'all want to get your pens and paper on this one. We have to understand, do you understand that these actors, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Tempest Bledsoe, these are still working actors. You know, it's difficult enough out here for black people in Hollywood, but to have your image associated directly with such a devious scandal like this, that could hurt these people as far as their careers. Not just them, but it can hurt the show and further syndication, the whole shebang. But that's bad for Malcolm Jamal Warner. I know he's feeling fucked up about it. They're tying him into this. Like, fuck, I'm just an actor. The fuck am I in this for? I'm an actor. That's Felicia Rashad on it. She's just an actor. And so with Ebony, jive ass Ebony, their whole thing, well, it's just the cover. You got to read the story because there's more to the story. But the thing is, a bell can't be unrung. The cover is fucked up in itself. Don't tell me that, well, the story itself it ain't that bad because Goldie Taylor wrote it. Goldie, I allegedly got kids by a white man, Taylor, who I've had problems with her too. She said little slick shit about me too. There's that little bedwench vibe that's going on there too. But the thing is, don't put out a fucked up cover and then talk about how the story ain't really that bad. That's like throwing a bunch of bees at me. The bees sting the shit out of me, and then you say, oh, don't trip. They make real good honey. Well, shit, the bees done stung me the fuck up. Damn the honey, I'm already stung up. And that's the thing with that cover. You done stung everybody and fucked up everybody with the cover. Now y'all want to say how the story ain't that bad. The damage has been done. And they got this whole Negro shaming committee, those pretend black feminists, which is very interesting, that they are riding so hard, kind of protecting most of the accusers of Bill Cosby. Most of these are white women. Let's be very clear. Most of these are white women. The ones who are more vehement about the cases, most of these are white women. And it's interesting that these Negro bedwench pretend black feminists are riding so hard for these white females who claim that they were raped by Cosby. When black women get raped, where are all these white feminists? All these white so-called accusers that y'all riding for, how come they don't ride for you like that? And this thing also, when people question what's the deal with this, what's the deal with some of these women, you notice they got a shaming committee who will say, hey, why are you asking questions? Are you a rape apologist? Then they'll try to shame you into not asking questions about these women making the accusations. Then they'll say some shit like, well, hell, it's 55 women. 55 women wouldn't lie now, would they? Yes, they would if there's some money involved. Hell, 1,000 people will lie if there's money involved. Yes, the hell they would lie if there's money involved. So let me say this to you, black folks, because the thing is with us, and I want y'all to get your pens and paper. School is in session tonight. Because the thing is, they know that a lot of us don't do research. They know that a lot of black folks do not do research. A lot of black folks don't like reading. I know I hate to say it. A lot of us don't like reading and researching. We'll take what white mommy and white daddy tells us. We'll take whatever they say to us, whatever they say, we believe it without questioning it. And the minute you question it, you don't want to be shamed. If you say, hey, man, some of these stories don't sound right. Oh, man. Oh, are you a rape apologist? Oh, man, what about the victims? Are you victim shaming? Oh, man, you can't blame the victims now. But hold up. Because whenever black folks get killed and harmed, they immediately go into the victim's background. Without question, without exceptions. Whenever a black person is harmed or killed, they immediately go into their background. When Trayvon Martin was killed, they were talking about, well, he had a screwdriver in his locker. He got bad grades. What the fuck does that have to do with that boy getting killed? When Renisha McBride got shot in the head by that white dude, well, she might have been drinking. Well, she has been known to drink. They do that to us all the time. They go into our background. Somebody get killed. Well, he was on Facebook throwing up gang signs, and he did get a detention 2 years ago when Walter Scott got shot in the back. in South Carolina by a cop. He got shot in the back. The news was up here talking about, well, he did owe child support. The fuck does that have to do with him getting shot in the back? Sandra Bland, our sister Sandra Bland, mysteriously dead out there in Texas in jail. She ended up dead. They're talking about, well, she did smoke weed. Well, she did have some traffic tickets 10 years earlier. They immediately go into the victim's background, pulling up all types of little bitty shit. Pulling up traffic tickets, child support cases. If you got a screwdriver in your locker, if you threw up your gang sign on Facebook, they go into everything. But when you talk about these Cosby accusers, do you notice you never hear shit about their background on mainstream media? You don't hear nothing about these women's backgrounds. Not one thing. You don't hear nothing about these women's background. You don't hear nothing. We just hear they were victims of Bill Cosby. They got raped 40, 50, 30 years ago, and they all got the courage to come on out right now and speak on it, applaud their bravery. That's the media's narrative. Eric Garner, again, the list goes on. The list goes on. But let me tell y'all what they're not telling you about some of these accusers. We're in here heavy tonight. This is why melanoidnation.org. Go to melanoidnation.org because we got this in black and white. We got it in black and white. I'm going to read. We're going right to the facts right now. Let's deal with facts. There's an article, and y'all need to hit that donate button, by the way, too, because this is how hard we go. This is some shit that y'all are not getting. This is some stuff that you're not getting about these Cosby accusers. And let me say this. Anybody who has been raped, you deserve justice. Let's be very clear. You deserve justice because if somebody like Cosby drug you, that's some foul shit. All right, let's be very clear. But the thing is, don't minimize rape by tying in people who are basically trying to extort money. Don't minimize rape because what you do by bringing in people who didn't really get raped, people who are just trying to scam money, that minimizes the significance and the severity of rape. So that's an injustice and a disservice to women who've seriously been assaulted before. But when we look at the background of some of the Cosby accusers, how come the media is not telling you the whole story about some of these women? All they keep telling you is more women have come forward. More women have come forward. Now let's break down some of these women. And let's look at some of the stuff that they're saying, and let's look at how plausible the story, because you got every right to question some of this shit. You got every right to question some of this shit. And understand this, most of these women are represented by Gloria Allred. They're represented by, most of them are represented, or many of them, because let me be very clear, because I don't know if some of these lawyers are watching now. I'm going to be very clear with what I'm saying. Many of these people are represented by one law firm. And basically the law firm is like, okay, look, Gloria Allred has already said, we want $100 million. They didn't put a price tag on it. Yeah, Bill Cosby, we say that he raped these women, and we want him to give us $100 million for the victims. So basically, they're just going to start piling on different names without any kind of vetting process. You notice there's no vetting process. They're not qualifying anybody. Literally, anybody can walk off the street and say, hey, Bill Cosby raped me 50 years ago. Anybody. There's no screening process at all. And that's really by design. Because if they start giving names and specific dates, then they can be disproven, which has happened already. Let me break down some of these names. I give you about, we're going to be here for a minute. I give you about 15 different people. About 10, 15 different people. One lady, her name is Linda Joy Traits. Now, she said that Cosby tried to drug and assault her over 40 years ago. And I'm giving y'all most of these ones are most of the white women, because that's what it all boils down to. We white and we say so. So I'm giving you most of these people are the white women. The black women, they just put a couple of tokens in there so that it won't seem so racist. But here's one again. This lady, Linda Joy Traits, she said Cosby tried to drug her almost 40 years ago. But the thing is with her, this woman has a long criminal history. This woman has been lying and frauding people for years. She just got out of prison in 2012 for trafficking drugs. This woman has been involved in ID fraud, battery, theft. So you got a lifelong criminal that we ain't supposed to question. Let me give you some more of these people. I mean, the list goes on. And I'm not going to even give some of the people, some of the women, basically their claim is, well, I was at an event and Bill Cosby came up and touched my right breast. That's the rape right there. There's one lady who literally said that. She said that 40 years ago, Bill Cosby was at an event and he touched her titty. That's one of the people that's in the whole thing. So I'm telling y'all, some of these stories sound moronic. Tamara Green is another one. Tamara Green, she filed a defamation suit against Cosby saying that he ruined her good name and reputation by stating that she was lying about the sexual assault against him. Now, this woman, who was a lawyer out here in California, she got disbarred because her ass stole some money. She failed to disburse the settlement. Let me say it that way, allegedly. I'll say allegedly, just in case they'll try to come back on my ass. But she allegedly scammed $20,000 from one of her clients. And then another $1,000 from another client, allegedly. I'm saying allegedly, but it's pretty well documented. Let's go to another one. Shalane Lasha. I think that's her name. Shalane Lasha. Now, this is another woman who claimed that Cosby assaulted her sexually in 1986. She's represented by Gloria Allred. She was one of the ones just crying her eyes out. Now, this woman has a long-ass rap sheet. She's been arrested for false reporting, prostitution, drugs, assault, trespassing, battery, having a weapon. She was just arrested in 2014. This woman has been arrested all in different states. So they leave that out. This is another lifelong criminal. Allegedly. Here's another one. Chloe Goins. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Chloe. Chloe. I think that's how you pronounce it. Chloe Goins. This is the little blonde chick. Now this chick, she's an exotic dancer right now. She said Cosby assaulted her at the Playboy Mansion in 2008. All right? Now, Radar Online, they reported that this woman, she got busted in Vegas for hoeing. She got a hoe charge. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But this woman, she's been in the game. She has a criminal history. The thing is, she gave a specific date. That's a no-no with these cases. That's within the statutes of limitations. But the thing is, she gave a specific date, which is the problem. With these cases, you got to be very clear. You got to toe the line because the minute you give a specific date, you can immediately be discredited. That's why a lot of these women don't give specific dates. That's why they don't give specific dates. So she gave a date of August 9th, 2008. She said she was at the Playboy Mansion and Bill Cosby was licking her feet, jacking off or some stupid shit. But the problem with that is they produced evidence, Cosby's lawyers, showing that they were, Cosby wasn't even in LA at the time. He was in New York. They got flight records, phone records, hotel records to show that she's lying. They leave that out of the media too. They're leaving that out of the media too. Okay, hold on. I'm going to be banning somebody. I wish Ola was here so I can just spit and not worry about having to ban people. It's Chloe. Okay, that's the name. Chloe. I always get those names mixed up. Those suburban white girl names are real hard to pronounce. They say those ghetto names are hard to pronounce. Those Chloes and Fabians, Fabriana, those names, those are hard too. Now another one. Janice Dickerson. She's another accuser. Do I really need to break Janice Dickinson down? Janice Dickinson. Janice, drug user Dickinson. Where do I start with Janice Dickinson? Where the fuck do I start with Janice Dickinson? And let's just be real. Janice Dickinson has been on the pipe for years, saying crazy shit for years. Janice Dickinson has been lying for years. But some of y'all don't know, Janice Dickinson lied on Sylvester Stallone. She used to date Sylvester Stallone. She lied on him, saying that he gave her steroids or some shit. Also, even Sylvester said this woman is a liar. She's a pathological liar. Y'all remember when Omarosa called her a crackhead? They were on some surreal life show on VH1. Omarosa said, this bitch is a crackhead. So, Janice Dickinson is a known liar. She lied on Sylvester Stallone. She even lied and said she was having this baby. The baby turned out to be some other dude's baby. That's why Sylvester Stallone dumped her. Janice Dickinson used to go around saying that she was the world's first supermodel. Remember that? She was the world's first supermodel, and she said that she created the term supermodel in 1979. That's a damn lie, because in the 60s, they called Twiggy a supermodel. There were 3 or 4 other models in the 70s that were called supermodels before her, including Beverly Johnson. In 1977, Jet Magazine called Beverly Johnson a supermodel. So there were many supermodels and the name supermodel before her. So that Janice Dickinson is just... And also with Janice, even her own book, she wrote a book talking about Cosby. I think the book came out in 2002. She said in her own book that, she met Cosby and Cosby brushed her off because she wouldn't have sex with him. Now that the money is coming through, she said, oh, you know what? I just remembered. Forget about what I wrote in my book that was published. Cosby did rape me. I did have sex with him. He didn't brush me off like I said in my own book. He did drug and rape me. So we're not supposed to question that dude. And this whole thing where they said, well, ooh, Bill Cosby, I was scared to come forward because he was so powerful. Bill Cosby was like a god. That's one of the biggest lies these people keep telling. Bill Cosby ain't powerful. Bill Cosby is not and has never been powerful. Bill Cosby is just another rich black man who's isolated. He's another isolated, rich black man. He ain't powerful. Powerful to do what? Hell, Obama ain't really powerful. He can't even say anything or do anything for black people. If you're a rich, isolated black person, you're powerless. That's why all of these random white people coming out with allegations against him, they're being believed over him. If he was so powerful, how come you're believing people who are drug addicts? You're believing white drug addicts over Bill Cosby. So what power are you talking about? Bill Cosby ain't never been powerful. Power, you have to have a system to be powerful. A system to be powerful. Cosby's, he wanted to buy NBC. They're like, no, nigga, you can't. That showed how powerful he was. Not powerful. Let's go through some more names, family. Let's go through some more names. Louisa Moritz. Louisa Moritz. Now, that's another one. Now, she said that Cosby sexually assaulted her during an appearance on The Tonight Show because she's an actress. She was an actress back in the 60s and 70s. She said that Cosby sexually assaulted her backstage in the dressing room on the set of The Tonight Show that they appeared on together. She said that they were in the room and I think Bill Cosby put his dick in her face or some shit like that. I ain't trying to laugh, but just their details are just off the chain. But what happened was people did some research on the episode she was talking about because she made a mistake and gave a specific date. She's another one who made the mistake of giving a specific date. And once you do that, you can be disproved. But when you say that you were raped at an unspecified date, it's kind of hard to prove or disprove that. So this woman gave a specific date, and they found out that she wasn't even on that show on the date she claimed. So how did he rape you and you weren't even scheduled to be on that show? And when they asked her that, I think I forgot what year it was, and she started backpedaling, which is called lying. And we got all this stuff very well documented on melanoidnation.org. Let's go to another one. Another lady, her name is PJ Maston. PJ Maston. Okay, we got a troll in the room. I'm trying to spit. That's the thing. We're trying to talk some real talk here. And we got people in the room playing. Where's Ola? I need somebody to mod this thing. Where's Ola? But Heathen, let me ban you myself. Heathen, hold on. Heathen, what are you doing? But he did, okay. You say you don't believe he raped all these women, but he did something. Okay, well, I'm just giving you the facts, bro. I'm just giving you some facts. Because my thing is this, if you got a bunch of shady-ass people like this making claims, and these are the people that you're bringing in, I'm questioning all of it. I'm just going to question all of it. Now, this other lady, PJ Maston. Now, this woman claims she was sexually assaulted by Bill Cosby in 1979, working as a Playboy bunny at the Playboy Club in Chicago. Now, the thing about this person, PJ Maston, this is not the first time she made a claim against a celebrity about sexual assault. This woman claimed that, Marv Alpert sexually assaulted her too after another woman did. There was a woman who came out named Vanessa Perhat who said that Marv Alpert had on some women's drawers and he bit her in the back or some shit. So that was a big case in the mid-90s. So this woman saw that, allegedly, and then she said, well, shit, he raped me too and bit me on the back too. And had Gloria Allred represent her. Now, I don't think she got anything, and even Marv Alpert was like, I don't even know who this woman is. She's full of shit. So now 20 years later, another case, people coming out talking about Cosby, the same woman comes out saying, okay, well, the same shit happened to me, and who's she represented by? Gloria Allred. That's too much of a damn coincidence. That's too much of a coincidence. So is this woman a professional victim? How come all the celebrities who rape people and target people happen to just target her too? So now you got to question that. Let's go to another one. Another lady, her name is Sean Brown. Her name used to be Sean Upshaw. Now, this one is very interesting because this accuser, Bill Cosby, in the late 90s or the mid-90s, he actually admitted and acknowledged that he had a relationship with this woman back in the 70s. Sean Brown, if y'all remember, and this is heavy, she had a daughter named Autumn Jackson. Okay? Autumn Jackson, if you remember, if you're old enough, Autumn Jackson went to prison for trying to extort money out of Bill Cosby. Autumn Jackson tried to get $40 million out of Bill Cosby by saying that she was his daughter and all this old stuff. She was his love child. Well, Autumn Jackson's mother is one of the accusers today. Now, this is the thing. Sean Brown, the mother, now, back in the 90s, she admitted to having a sexual affair and sexual relationship for a long time with Cosby, but she didn't mention anything about being drugged or raped. She admitted to having a consensual relationship. But now, in 2005, after other people started to go public with the drugging story, because that's when the story first came out in 2005, all of a sudden, this Sean Brown, like, whoops, you know what? I just remembered. I was drugged too. I know we had a consensual relationship, but he did drug me too. Okay? Now, we ain't supposed to question that. So now this woman, Sean Brown, her family members are already trying to extort Cosby. Her family members have already gone to jail for extortion. So now she pops up 20 years later talking about, well, the extortion thing don't work, but let's see if this whole rape thing will work. So hold on, give me some crocodile tears. Come on, dude. We ain't supposed to question this shit. There's more. There's another lady named Joan Tarshish. Joan Tarshish. Now, this is another one of these Cosby accusers, because there's several of them that said they were raped and then they went back and got re-raped. This one said in the 1960s that Cosby drugged her and then made her perform oral sex. And then after that, on another date, she hooked back up with Cosby after she got drugged and forced to give dome. They went to the Westbury Music Festival in the fall of 1969. So she went there with him, and then afterwards, he drugged her and raped her again. All right? Now, first of all, this whole raped and re-raped and all that don't make no sense. Second of all, somebody did some research, and I got the links. I got a whole bunch of links on this story, by the way. Cosby didn't perform at that Westbury event in the fall of 1969. It's documented that he didn't even perform there. So that's one discrepancy right there. And there's other discrepancy. There's so many different discrepancies with her timeline. And also the media leaves out that this woman has had a history of not only alcohol, but mental illnesses, where this woman has delusions that she has contacted aliens. There's a video of her talking about she see aliens and she talked to God through a light bulb or some shit. This woman actually said this, that she has mental delusions, but they leave that out. You dig? Let's go to another one. I'm telling you, all of this stuff, if I know this shit, the mainstream media knows this stuff. If I know this, you don't think they know all this shit? Her name, let me give y'all her name again. Her name is Joan Tarshish. I want y'all to look up all of these names and all the information I'm giving. I got so many links and documents proving what I'm saying. Joan, her last name, Tarshis. Another lady, Barbara Bowman. Barbara Bowman, she claimed that Cosby, again, he drugged her not once, but on multiple occasions over the course of many years. She's another one who was raped, then she went back and got re-raped, and then went back and got re-raped again. On multiple occasions, Barbara Bowman, she said that Cosby would pay for her to get on planes and fly her around the country where he would rape her over and over again. Okay? And when people say, okay, what's up with all these, if you're getting raped, why you keep going back? Her response is basically she was brainwashed by Cosby. That's her response. Cosby brainwashed her into having her come back to him and keep getting raped. So really, the re-raping thing, we can't question that. We got to get shamed if we question the validity in that. That don't make no logical sense. That's that whole Patty Hearst excuse, by the way. I always talk about the Patty Hearst excuse. Y'all remember there was a lady named Patty Hearst in the 70s who hooked up with this like black guerrilla military organization, and they were robbing banks, and when they caught them, she was like, oh, those niggas brainwashed me. I didn't know. I was brainwashed. They brainwashed me. That's what they use on the P's, the PIs out there. They say, oh, they brainwashed the women into doing stuff. There's another one. Let's go down the list. Therese Serignice. Her name is Therese Serignice. I think that's how you pronounce her name. S-E-R-I-G-E-N No, hold. Let me. I'm spelling this shit wrong. Therese, Serignese. Theringnese. Now, this is another one. She said that Cosby drugged and raped her in 1977, but despite being allegedly raped, she admitted to committing or continuing a sexual relationship with Cosby years and years after the rape. So she was another one who kept going back for the rapes. She got raped, and she kept going back for the rapes. Not just once, not just twice, but for years, she kept going back. He drugged me and raped me, but let me go back to him. Hopefully he don't drug me and rape me again. Damn it, he did it again. I'm going to go back one more time. Hopefully he don't drug me and rape me again. Fuck. He drugged me and raped me again. Let me go back again. That don't make sense, man. It's okay for you to question that. It's okay to question that. There's another lady, Beth Ferrier. I think that's his name. She claimed that Cosby raped her, drugged her, and raped her in the 80s. No, it was in the mid-80s. But she also claimed that she was in a consensual relationship with Cosby. But after the relationship broke off, she then said he drugged and raped her after they broke up. And then after he drugged her and raped her after they broke up, she went back to see him again. Okay. That's another one who's on. She sits up there with Gloria Allred with those crocodile tears, just going in. So the story is on melanoidnation.org. It's on melanoidnation.org. But the thing is, you're not wrong for questioning any of that. You're not wrong for questioning some of that shit that these women are saying, because some of it don't make sense, some of it doesn't add up. There's nothing wrong with questioning that, because you want justice. You don't want to make a mockery out of the legal system, allowing people to go in here and use the accusation of rape, which is a serious thing for people who have been raped before. You don't use that to go into court to scam money. Use something as traumatic as rape to get your little dollars up. So you should question that, because this makes a mockery out of the legal system, where you can just make any kind of baseless claim. And also the media. This shows the bias in the media and the racism in the media, because the media, when it comes to us, they go into our background. If we jaywalked, if we didn't pay a traffic ticket, if we are convicted or claiming that we're victims of any kind of crime, especially rape, they go into our backgrounds. Y'all remember when that black sister accused those Duke Lacrosse people of rape? They dug all up in her background. They dug into her background so heavy, and she didn't get shit. Nobody sympathized with her. No feminist organization sided with her. They dismissed her ass so fast, and I think she ended up going to jail for some shit. So the thing is, it's all about we white and we say so. It's that type of logic. It all boils down to we, the white supremacists, and we say so. That's why it's true. It's true because we say so. And if you Negroes got something to say about it, we're going to put our shaming committee on you. That's going to make you a rape accuser. A rape, I can't think of the word. Rape apologist, I'm sorry. Just like with Whoopi Goldberg, they tried to pull that rape apologist shit on Whoopi Goldberg. When Whoopi was like, hey, I got some questions. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg's a rape apologist. Even when Don Lemonade said something to that Joan Tarshish, when Don Lemon said something to her, I think Don was like, when she was talking about, she got on CNN talking about she was forced, he made her give oral sex and all that. And I think even Don Lemon, because Don Lemon said, wait a minute, I know a thing or two about sucking a dick. Wait a minute. Couldn't you just have bitten him or something like that? I think he got in trouble for saying that. I think Don Lemon, he got in trouble. Like, couldn't you have bitten him or something to get him off you? Then they were like, oh, Don, oh, don't you victim blame. Don Lemon, don't you victim blame. Because that confused Don Lemon. He's like, wait, Don Lemon say, wait a minute, when I'm sucking a dick, if I don't want to suck this dick, I just bite him. Because Don knows a thing or two about a dick in his mouth. No disrespect. No disrespect at all. No disrespect at all. Don was like, you should have bit down. That's what I do. I'm messing with you, Don Lemonade. I know Don Lemonade is looking. I'm just fucking with you. These are just jokes. Just jokes, because I don't want CNN to try to sue me for slander. Man. My Lord. All right. But again, it's okay to question some of this stuff. Let me put the links up. Okay, we can allow links. But yeah, let me allow links. Yeah, I know we got a troll in here. It's cool in the gang. Let me see who's on the phone. What's up? Who's calling?
Hello?
Yo, what's up, man? Who's this?
This Jay. Is this Tariq?
Yeah, Jay, where you calling from?
East St. Louis, Illinois.
There you go. What's on your mind, man?
Oh man, let me tell you, I'm live streaming your show. Let me turn that down. I'm live streaming your show, and I just wanted to give you a couple of heads up on the situation we in. Number one, we have a situation in East St. Louis where East St. Louis, Illinois. You follow me?
Brother, you're going to have to get to the point, bro. You slowing the show down a little bit, sir.
Yeah, let me get to the point. East St. Louis, Illinois, not St. Louis. It's across the Mississippi River. I'm 5 minutes away from the arch. I'm right next to St. Louis, but 5 minutes away. And St. Louis is, I'm wondering why hasn't anyone taken Eric Holder? I want to talk about Eric Holder. He gave us the blueprint for racism, to identify racism, when he came up with the Ferguson report. And that was the real deal.
Brother, okay, brother.
Get out of here, you damn nigga!
Email me what the fuck you trying to say. I don't have time to sit up and let you try to flesh out what you're trying to say, brother. No disrespect. You just can't call and slow the show down. Brother, you done smoked a blunt. I don't have time like that, brother. You slowing the show down. I don't know where he was going. I'm like, get to the point. He started talking about some shit about Eric Holder. No. Y'all can't slow the show down. Whatever you got to say, email me with that, brother. Shit. It was taking too long to get to the point, brother. No disrespect. You can't slow the show down like that. You can't slow the show down like that, brother. And that the black folks, we got this thing where we slow shit down because a lot of us, we want to be heard. We don't get a chance to be heard. So the minute we get heard, we get an audience. We want to take our time and just kind of draw it out. That's the thing. We take our time and we just kind of drag shit out, man. We can't get down like that, man. You got to get to the point. You want to drag... My man started talking about Eric Holder. I don't know where you were going with that, brother. Email me that and flesh that shit out and give it to me in bite sizes, man. Whew. All right, let's see who else we got. What's up? Who's calling?
Hi, this is Jimmy J. Cruz out of Houston, Texas, man.
Hey, Jimmy J. How you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm doing good, man. Are you familiar with the emperors and the kings of Ethiopia? I was just trying to figure out, are you very familiar with that? Are you familiar with the history over there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm familiar with King Menelik the second. Oh, yeah, all those guys. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to, are you familiar with King Theodore out there? And the information, the history on him?
Well, we talk about a lot of stuff in the upcoming Hidden Colors 4 about Ethiopia. So just stay tuned for that, and you'll get some good information because we do talk about the history of Ethiopia and some of those emperors and why Ethiopia was never conquered or colonized, by the way. So there's a lot of stuff we're going to talk about as far as that. But thanks for the call. All right. Yes, indeed. Let's see who else we got here. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up, Flex?
What's up, man? Who is this?
Man, this is Bo from West Palm Beach, Florida, man.
What's going on, Bo from West Palm Beach? How you doing, man?
I'm just chilling, man. Listen, I have a lot of people asking me, like, how should black people act? And my studies, man, so I just want to give a point of study to all the scholars out there, man, everybody who be on that. Man, study elephants, man. If you see how the African elephants interact with each other, man, how they love each other, man. If they see bones of another elephant, they'll stand around the bones and mourn together. Or if it's a sick one, they all stick around for days and don't eat. But then when the lion and anybody come up, man, they about that action at the same time, man. I think black people should, when they get a little free time, man, study elephants, man. They give us, let's notice their family dynamics and how they move with each other. I just want to throw that out there.
Bo. What'd you smoke tonight, man? Bo. This nigga, Bo, did you smoke a blunt and watch Animal Planet tonight, bro?
No,
this nigga
man.
sat up here. This nigga sat up here and watched Animal Planet high on a blunt. This nigga's up here. Nigga, we gotta be like these motherfucking elephants, nigga.
Don't do it.
Nigga. These elephants got nigga. These elephants got shit. These elephants got shit on lock, nigga. You know what? That elephant's trunk look like my dick, nigga. Nigga, my dick is about big as that elephant trunk, nigga. Bo, put the blunt down, Bo.
All right, me, bro.
All right, Bo. Your name should be Blow, because you've been blowing blunts, nigga. Fuck out of here. Goodbye. What are y'all smoking tonight? Nigga calling up talking about we should be like the elephants. This nigga done fucking smoked a damn J watching National Geographic. And he wants to share his damn hallucinogen thoughts. He wants to share his high thoughts with us. That nigga, you know when niggas get high and think every little thing is deep? Niggas get high, see some shit on TV and make it deeper than what it is? Nigga, you see that camel? You know, nigga, life is like that camel, my nigga. All you gotta do is get over that motherfucking hump. You got it made, man. Camels is the key. Camels is the key, nigga. That's high nigga talk. God damn. What are y'all niggas smoking tonight, man? It's the middle of the month. I forgot. In the middle of the month, was this the 18th? Okay. Because the good weed don't come to the first. So y'all smoking that bullshit weed tonight. And that bullshit weed got y'all shit all off. Nigga. When I grow up, nigga, I'm going to start raising a bunch of fucking ostriches. Nigga. I'm going to be the only nigga living in Houston who got ostriches in the hood. And I'm going to charge $5 for the kids to ride the ostriches, nigga. I'm all about thinking about doing my business, man. I'm all about group economics, like Tariq say, nigga. Ain't nobody in Houston got ostrich riding in the hood, nigga. Fuck. Damn, man, what are y'all smoking tonight? I can't deal with this shit. I'm scared to get another call. I don't know what y'all smoking tonight, man. Let me get another call. Shit. Hey, man, what's up, man?
Hello.
Who is this?
Hey, this is Shantae from Chicago.
What's going on? Your name is Shantae?
Yeah, Shantae, as in the Shantae came to mind.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm like, I hope it ain't like Roxanne Shantae. All right, so
Nah, it's unisex though, but yeah. Hey, I want to ask a relationship question. Is that cool?
go ahead, brother.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been right now, like, in my life, like, I've been focused on work and stuff, but what I want to ask is that I'm kind of, trying to get back at the game, but it ain't like, it's not like
how it used to be, basically. I'm kind of going through a little bit of a dry spell right now.
Okay.
And, like, it got to a point where, like, when I'm, like, I be getting a lot of children and stuff, but it's like, for some reason, I be getting, like, real anxious and stuff, and I just, like, you know, bail out instead of, like, going through. And I don't know, what's up, man.
This is some subconscious. I'm gonna give you.
What can I do to help get rid of this social anxiety problem?
Sound like it's some subconscious shit that's going on with you right now. What you doing? What are you doing as far as your work? What kind of money you bringing in? Are you where you need to be as far as getting your money together and all that?
Right now, I'm still gonna get on my feet. You know, I'm still kind of young, like in my early 20s, yo.
Right, that's what it is. A lot of it is coming from your economic situation, because a lot of times when guys tell me their game is off, I can usually trace it back to some type of economic stagnation that's going on with them, where their money ain't where it needs to be. Because a lot of times we place our value, rightfully so, on the kind of paper we stack. So in the back of our mind, even if we're not thinking about it consciously, in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, my money ain't right, so how's this female going to react to me if she finds out that my money ain't right, even if I do get my foot in the door with her? So a lot of that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Let me see. So when you start getting your money together, stacking your money, that's going to create a certain level of confidence and comfort, so you don't have that in the back of your mind nipping away at your game. So focus on getting your money right, and then you'll be straight. All right, thanks for the call.
Bro, peace.
All right, all right, Shantae. Your name is Shantae, so you might have to kind of switch your name up, get you a nickname, brother. Because Shantae, niggas like that with like those unisex names, usually those niggas are real hard in the streets because they got to overcompensate for having a unisex name. So it's always a nigga that then went to jail for 10 years with a name like Betty. And Shantae, he out there in the hood. This is probably Shantae right here.
Do my thing. For y'all. What do you think about this? What do you think about this?
So that nigga might be in the housing project stairwell hitting high notes. You dig? All right, but look, yo. Let me get up out of here, man. I got things to do. I got to get it cracking. Hey, but go to melanoidnation.org if y'all want to get information on that story I just ran, that I just talked about. Join me in Toledo, Ohio. I'll be in Toledo, Ohio, November 14th. Get tickets at TariqLive.com. Y'all go to TariqElite.com. Get these fly shirts. I don't know if we got them in black anymore because these things are big sellers. I know we got them in the gold color. So get the shirts at TariqElite.com. You dig? Shout out, who's in Cape Town? What's up, brother? You in Cape Town? Shout out to Cape Town. I'm going to be in Cape Town, South Africa in a few weeks. Email me, my South African brothers and sisters. Email me if you're in Cape Town so we can link up out there. My email is info@TariqElite.com. Info@TariqElite.com. All right? Let me get up out of here, y'all. I'm out.